Welcome back to Black Renaissance. With us now is author Gloria Bailey-Rae to speak about her book, You Didn't Get the Memo, Navigating Corporate America. Welcome, Gloria.
Thank you.
So
Very
happy to have
here.
you.
Thank you.
This is a great and useful book talking about how to handle corporate America, getting a job, leaving a job, interviewing for a job. Why was it important to put a book like this out now?
It was important to put a book out like this because the way corporate America is changing, we're seeing a lot of people that are being downsized, companies are outsourcing, and people basically are left with no options, or they feel that they have no options. And I wanted people to really know that there are options, but apparently they didn't get the memo that they needed to know what those options were, and to kind of start with an exit plan strategy in place first prior to just going into a job and deciding, I'm going to take this job and it's the end all be all. And it's just really key things that people need to know when you're working in corporate America.
Absolutely. I think we go into jobs and you're like, this is my dream job, or this is the job that came to me. I'm going to go ahead and take it. And we don't think of a plan B. You talk about having a plan B.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a plan B, people are just stuck. And that's what we're really seeing. And what I mean by that, when we talk about a plan B is what's that four-legged stool? What is it that you want to do? And it's really interesting as I talk to people. I'm a certified professional life coach, and they go, I don't know what I want to do. I love this. And I think that people need to understand, follow their passion. And so what's your plan B? What are you going to do if your boss walks in today and said, today is your last day? Here's your paycheck. And many times, I say this, people actually go postal when they lose that stream of income. So what other streams of income can you have coming in? Well, you can do that if you have a plan B or a plan C or a plan D in place. But if you had not planned for that, you are literally just caught in this, you're caught up in this chasm of what am I going to do?
Stuck with no options.
Absolutely.
And you talk about not only having a plan B, but also the interview process, dealing with different personalities for bosses. That had to be my favorite part, because we've all had a myriad of different types of bosses. You go over all of them in this book.
Right. Well, there were so many in the book. I actually had to say I chose the ones that were probably most prevalent as I was actually doing some research for the book. And I think that the key takeaway here is this. First of all, it's not that you got bosses that really don't care. I just think that people have to understand that, first of all, you really and truly have people that are just bad bosses. They've not been taught, they've not been trained. But the takeaway here is simply this. At the end of the day, they're still the boss. And so guess what? You have to follow whatever that protocol is, whatever it is that they've outlined for you, and which is why you always need to be working on your plan B.
Always have your plan B.
Always have your plan B in place. But the bosses are there, and you have to recognize, I tell people, your name's not on the moniker, so guess what? You're not signing the checks, and you need to recognize that you work for a corporation, you work for an organization. And all of those different bosses, you just need to have an awareness around it and know how to deal with them.
Absolutely.
You know,
it's
everybody
really,
has different
it's your job
personalities.
to adapt, essentially.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. You give some great tips for acing the interview, the resume, and the personality test in here. That's all great information for people to have, and they're looking for a job.
I think that people come into interviews and they really don't recognize what those expectations are. And what I mean by that, more and more companies are looking for you having a right fit. Are you the good fit for this organization? And those personality tests, people take them and they are giving answers that they think people want to hear, and when in fact they're actually doing themselves a disservice.
That's really going to dictate whether you even like the job or fit in there.
Absolutely.
Okay. You've done some great work in this book. It's got some fantastic tips on it.
Thank
you can buy it online or in bookstores. You're going to be at Barnes & Noble?
I'm going to be in Barnes & Noble in LA at the Grove tomorrow from 2 to 4, so I'm excited about that, kicking off on the West Coast book tour, and it is available on barnesandnoble.com, also on Amazon if you want the electronic version as well.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today. We sure appreciate it. Get it online. For more information, You Didn't Get the Memo, you can go to the website, youdidn'tgetthememo.com. That's it for us. Like us on Facebook and watch us on KBCW. Bye now.